Elohim, the Most High. All praise be unto him. We are very grateful to be alive today. We are very delighted to come again so that we may shout aloud and spare not, that we may blow the trumpet into the ears of the ones that have been called by the Ancient of Days. It is recorded in the scriptures that cry aloud and spare not, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Israel their sins. We bear witness again that there is but one Elohim, who is in all and is above all. We thank Elohim for the strength. Bless Elohim for the energy. We exalt his holy name, that he has given unto us assurance that come what may, that we will be able to face tomorrow, that come what may, that we will be able to see the face of the one who liveth now and forevermore. We are here not to speak about ourselves, but we are here because we want to speak about Elohim, the one who has declared the end from the beginning, the one who is the first and the last, the one who was there and dwelt in darkness and created light out of darkness. He is the Superman of the heavens. He is the Superman of the earth. We bear witness that there is no power beside his own. There is no authority beside the authority of Elohim. There is no strength within man that does not come from Elohim. For it is written that man cannot do anything here on earth unless it is given unto him from above. So we bless him again for Moshe or Moses and all of the prophets, from the book of Genesis even unto the book of John. We bless him for all the holy apostles and all the epistles as we read from the book of Acts, even unto the book of Revelations. We thank him for what they call the lost books and the found books. Bless him for all the false doctrines and the doctrines from Elohim. For if you have not dwelled in darkness, when light comes, you will not appreciate it. So we bless him that falsehood is there, so that when the truth comes, that we will be able to distinguish between darkness and light. That we will be able to say that indeed we have found the truth. For it is recorded in the book of John that behold, ye shall know the truth, and indeed it will set you free. But how can you know whether the things you know is the truth? We bless Elohim that he is still preparing us for all of his truth. For you might know certain truth today. Tomorrow, what will you do when you hear another truth? Will you despise the words of Elohim and say that what you know is already enough? Or you will humble yourself and confirm the words of Yah Elohim? For it is written that behold, they are yea and amen. So we bless you again this twilight of the Sabbath, where many people are now washing themselves, preparing themselves, where many women are putting on 1, 2, 3, 5 foundations of makeup, when many players are now taking pills and thinking about what they will do to many women in their cars, in the party ground in the night today, where many crazy DJs are preparing themselves so that they can play to you songs entitled Sex Machine and to the left and party like a beast. We bear witness that indeed the world is indeed doomed. The twilight of the Sabbath is when people prepare themselves for wickedness, and they will commit wickedness until the Sabbath is over tomorrow. And then on Sunday, all of them are holy vessels, speaking in an unknown tongue and laying hands on women for them to fall. May Elohim have compassion upon all of us. We dwell in a wicked generation where parents have no respect for children. Neither do children obey their parents in Yah Elohim. They don't even obey the parents in wickedness, let alone in Yah Elohim. We live in an era where food is classified as bad, where righteousness is classified as false doctrine, and false doctrine is classified as the way of life. We live in an end time whereby you have more prophets than teachers and pastors. We live in an end time whereby everybody claims that once he dies, he will rest in peace. Osama, when he died, he said he should rest in peace. You, when you die, people will say that you should rest in peace. So who is actually chilling in the hell then? That is a question that we must all answer. And because we don't realize that one day we will die, we take things for granted. And we are partying like a beast. We take drugs. We drink alcohol. We drink all manner of liquor, 8.6, 10.6, 100 point whatnot, vodka, pusher, prodigal son, alpha and omega beaters, the first and last beaters, Kwakubun some beaters, all kinds of beaters, drinking it. And why do they call it beaters? Because once you drink it, it makes you strong so that you can be a sex machine in bed. And men are crazy about these drinks. They want to drink and drink so that they can be sex machines in bed. May Elohim have compassion upon us. We pray that He will sanctify us and cleanse us and make us a holy vessel prepared for the Master's good work, so that when He descends and we see Him even in the clouds of glory, that He shall say unto us, come and stand even on my right hand side. For behold, when I was weak, you strengthened me. Behold, when I was in jail, you came and visited me. Behold, when I was sick at the hospitals, you came and you visited me. Behold, when I was naked, you sold your own and you clothed me. And then He will say unto the wicked, behold, you had much, but you looked upon the souls of this world who were in pain, and you said in your heart, I need not to share, for I have worked for many years, and I have gathered many riches, and these people have not labored, therefore I will not share with them. This is how wicked this generation is. One pastor has 10 cars, and the building of his church is not even completed. Yet, he doesn't realize that something is wrong. May Elohim have compassion upon us. So we are here in the studios from Amsterdam, blowing the shofar once again. Last week, if you remember, we started with a new topic, which is titled The Duty of Satan and the Art of Deception. Who is Satan? How does he deceive? How does he operate? Where does he live? How does he look like? Who is a witch? Who are demons? Who are fallen angels? How do they operate in this end time? How were they in the beginning? How would they be when Yah Elohim comes? And we were able to establish that the one you call Satan has different titles. The same as Elohim is called the Ancient of Days. He is the beginning and the end. He is the first and last. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the great lion from the tribe of Judah. He is the I am that I am. So also Satan is also known as Belial, as Beelzebub. Is also known as Mastema, as the great dragon from the Garden of Eden, that red dragon from the Garden of Eden. He has many titles and names. We were able to show you with scriptures, from scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line. And then after that, we spoke about what you call Lucifer. And we established that Lucifer is not Satan. Once again, I repeat that Lucifer, the one you read about in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, is not Satan, was not Satan, will never be Satan. It was a king, it was a nation, it was a people. It is still a king, it is still a nation, it is still a people. And then when we were done with that, we were about to break down Ezekiel 20 and 8, where it talks about the prince of Tyre. When you read that chapter from the beginning, you will see that it is not talking about Satan, the same as Isaiah when it started and it was talking about Lucifer. At first it was talking about a country, and all of a sudden it changed the name and said that, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning star, the brightness of the world. The same as we say that America is what? Is the bright and morning star of the world. So also it was said unto Babylon that you were supposed to bring forth brightness, you were supposed to bring forth righteousness, yet you have slain your own, and you have shown darkness unto the world. And then when you read the book of Ezekiel, I think once you read verse 12, then it talks about take up a lamentation against the king. We will go there. And then after that, it talks about, oh, you have been in Eden, the paradise of Elohim. And also it talks about thou hast been an anointed cherub, so an anointed angel. So based on these verses, then, of course, many Christians, many pastors will tell you that this is about Satan. But ever since I was in Christianity, for many, many years, I never heard anyone praying and saying, I bind the king of Tyre or the prince of Tyre. No one yet they say it is a devil. How is that possible? You are in Amsterdam binding the prince of Persia. Something is wrong. Let's bind the prince of Persia. But you live in Amsterdam. Something is wrong. So today, by the mercies of Elohim, we will show you with scriptures, from the scriptures, with many infallible proofs and verses, line upon line, that this has nothing to do with what you call Satan. That it is the same as Lucifer. It is the same as Babylon. But Elohim in his own wisdom, that's why when you read the book of Revelation, sometimes you are confused, because when they are writing the letters unto Israel, he knows that the oppression is there. He knows that the master, the slave master is there, that they will also be reading the epistle. If you write it in raw language, all of them will know who the beast is and what you are talking about. And then they will try to destroy prophecy. The same as when they knew that a Messiah has been born, that they dispatched angels, or what they call soldiers, for them to kill all the young ones. Also in the days of Moshe, the same thing happened, so that they will try and prevent the prophecy to come to pass. But today, by the authority of Elohim and by his mercy, they will show you from Ezekiel, and then we will link it with many verses from the book of Isaiah. We will dwell in the Old Testament, and we will also show you Tyre in the New Testament, so that you know that precept is upon precept, that the New Testament will always support the Old Testament, that the Old Testament will be the foundation of every single doctrine that you preach. You cannot preach any doctrine without not starting from the beginning. You must first go to the beginning and research where it originated from. We are too quick to rush and conclude because we call ourselves New Testament preachers. So bear with us as we will break down the book of Ezekiel 20 and 8. If you are at home, you will be reading. We will start from verse 1, but I want to show you something first. So just jump to verse 12 and 13 for me, and then we will go back. Listen to the book.
Ezekiel chapter 28 from verse 12. Son of man.
He says, son of man,
take up a lamentation.
He said, take up a song
upon the king of Tyrus.
Upon who?
Upon the king of Tyrus.
Upon the devil?
Upon the king of Tyrus.
Upon who?
Upon the king of Tyrus.
The demon of Tyrus?
The king of Tyrus.
So this is what you must understand, the king of Tyrus. Listen.
And say unto him.
And say unto him, thus saith the Master Yahuwah,
thou sealest up the sum,
full of wisdom and perfect
in beauty.
Now, here is the key. Thou hast been
in Eden,
the garden
of Elohim.
Every precious
stone was thy covering.
And then it goes on and it goes on. Then verse 14, thou art
the anointed cherub
that
covereth,
that protects.
And I have set thee so. Thou was upon the holy mountain of Elohim. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire.
That's all that I want for now. So once you read this, of course, you will conclude. The same as you were reading Isaiah 14 and you saw, how is thou fallen? How art thou fallen from heaven? You were like, yeah, this is Satan. But there were over 200 angels that fell from heaven. So who is who? Why are you so quick to conclude? So in order for you to understand chapter 20 and 8, if you remember last week, I told you that you must first start from chapter 20 and 6. Because the mistake that we keep on making is that we never go back. We just jump verses and we conclude. So we will start from chapter 20 and 6. We will read some verses and then we will read some verses in 20 and 7. And then we will start from 20 and 8 from verse 1 so that ye may understand. Listen to the book Ezekiel chapter 20 and 6. And then from verse 1, listen.
Ezekiel 26 verse 1.
And it came to pass
in the 11th year,
in the first day of the month,
that the word of Yahuwah came unto me,
saying,
Son of man,
prophet.
Because that Tyrus.
Because who?
Because that Tyrus.
So it's the same thing. Because that Tyrus
had set against Jerusalem.
You see, the same is that's why Elohim keeps on changing the language. He said, you have said in your heart. Here he begins, say, because Tyrus has said in his heart against Jerusalem.
She is broken.
She is now broken.
That was the gates of the people.
It used to be the gates of the people.
She is turned unto me.
She is now turned unto me, so I can go and invade Jerusalem.
I shall be replenished. Now she is laid waste.
Now she is laid waste. Listen.
Therefore thus saith
Elohim.
Behold, I am against thee, O Tyrus,
and I will cause many
nations
to come up
against thee.
So how is Elohim going to use nations to destroy Satan? How will Elohim use men to destroy the devil? Does that make sense to you? The devil who deceived the whole world, and the Messiah himself did not even bind him. He said, get thee behind me, Satan. And let me think about life. How is it that Elohim is not going to use, if what the preachers are saying is true, the king of Tyre is the devil? How is Elohim going to use nations to bring judgment on the devil? Have you seen the devil before? Who has ever seen the devil before? Listen to the book.
Verse 4. And they shall destroy the walls of Tyre.
You see? Now he's talking about a wall. So he's talking about the city, the same as Babylon. That's why I told you Lucifer is a people, is a nation, is a king. So here he's talking about the nation. After that, then he will talk about the rulership of that nation. The same thing. Listen to the book.
And they shall destroy the walls of Tyre.
And they shall destroy the walls of Tyre.
And break down her towers.
And they shall break down thy town.
I will also scrape her dust from her.
Listen.
And make her like the top of a rock. It shall be a place for the spreading of nets in the midst of the sea.
Go ahead.
For I have spoken it.
For I have spoken it.
Saith Yahuwah Elohim.
Saith the Almighty.
And it shall become a spoil to the nations.
And it shall eat. Not he. He said it, a nation.
And it shall become a spoil to the nations.
It. Listen.
Verse 6. And her daughters.
Who?
And her daughters.
So that city produces daughters. It has inhabitants, citizens. Listen.
Which are in the field shall be slain
which by the sword. In the field of Tyre shall be slain
by the sword.
By the sword.
And they shall know.
And then they shall know
that I am Yahuwah.
That I am Yahuwah Elohim.
For thus saith Yahuwah Elohim.
Verse 7. For thus said Yah Elohim, behold,
I will bring upon Tyre.
Listen to this very carefully. Here is a key, and then we will go to chapter 20 and 7. I will bring
upon Tyre.
I will bring upon Satan
Nebuchadnezzar.
Mine. Nebu. So Elohim is going to use Nebuchadnezzar to bring judgment upon Satan. Does that make sense? No. Nebuchadnezzar is dead and gone. Yes. So he was talking about a nation. And when you read history, you will see that it was indeed Nebuchadnezzar who besieged the kingdom of Tyre for many, many years. Many years. So he said, I will bring Nebuchadnezzar against you, the nation of Tyre.
I will bring upon Tyre Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon.
He is the king of Babylon. He was Lucifer.
The king of Babylon.
Listen.
A king of kings.
He is, listen to the language of Elohim. Elohim is calling Nebuchadnezzar
a king of kings.
King of kings.
Well,
who else? So Nebuchadnezzar is Elohim.
That's
he is the anointed one.
David.
Listen to the book.
A king of kings from the north.
From the north.
With horses.
With horses.
And with chariots. And with horsemen. And companies. And much people.
Listen, and he shall
slay with the sword thy daughters in the field.
And he shall make a fort
against thee.
So therefore they besieged the kingdom of Tyre for many years. Until the kingdom began to go down. And yet the kingdom was not completely destroyed. Chapter 20 and 7. So you've known that it is talking about a nation, a people. Now listen, so when you have time, just read the whole chapter 20 and 6. Now we are at 20 and 7. Listen. From verse 1. Listen.
Chapter 27 verse 1. The word of Yahuwah came again unto me,
so
saying,
the word of Elohim came unto me again, saying,
Now,
thou
son of man,
take up
a lamentation.
So once again, sing a song, prophesy
for Tyre.
For who?
For Tyre.
The same thing. It has not changed. Listen.
And say unto Tyre.
So how can that prophet? He has never seen the devil before. How is he going to tell the devil, this is your judgment? Say unto Tyre,
O thou
that
are situated at the entry of the sea.
Where are you?
At the entry of the sea.
No, your throne is in the heavens.
At the entry of the sea.
You are an angel.
At the entry of the sea.
Tyre was located in this present time, where they call it the port of Eden. Where the Somalian pirates, they hijack all the ships. The port of Eden. Listen to the book.
Which art a merchant of the people.
You see, it is what?
A merchant of the people.
It was like the same as America is today. Like the Wall Street of the world. Where they sell dollars and gold. Where they sell people. Listen to the book.
For thou art a merchant of the people for many isles. Thus said Yahuwah
Elohim.
O Tyre, thou hast said.
Listen to this. So you must understand this first. When we were reading chapter 20, it said, you have said in your heart. Now he repeats it again. And he said, thou hast said,
I am perfect.
So when you are reading chapter 20, you said that thou were made perfect. The same as chapter 20 and 8. Thou hast said, I am perfect and what?
I am of perfect beauty.
I am of a perfect beauty.
Thy borders are in the midst of the sea. Thy builders have perfected thy
someone
beauty.
Build Tyre. Thy builders.
Thy builders have perfected thy
people
beauty.
Built it. But now we say it's the devil. Listen.
They have made all thy ships.
They have made all thy ships. So when was the devil using ships? The same as people are now claiming that Elohim is going to come with spaceships. UFOs. Are you kidding me? Elohim is going to use ships, UFOs, technology to travel. These Romans will be able to bring those ships down with weapons of mass destruction. Intercontinental ballistic missile called Satan. Elohim doesn't need any ship. He said, when I was making the world, who was there?
No one.
He said, you want to build me a temple? Don't you know that even the word cannot contain me? That this word is my footstool. And the heavens cannot even contain me. And I am above the heavens. And now he's in a ship.
Titanic.
Who is driving it? The cherubims or the seraphim?
Gabriel. He's driving.
May Elohim have compassion. What a generation. Listen to the book.
Verse 5. They have made all thy shipboards of fir trees.
They have made all thy ship.
Boards of fir trees of Sinai. They have taken cedars from Lebanon.
They have taken cedars from Lebanon.
To make masts for thee.
Verse 8. Listen. The inhabitants of
Zidon
and
Arphaxad
were thy
mariners. Thy wise men, O Tyrus, that were in thee were thy pilots.
Do not forget Zidon. We will touch on them when we are reading Joel. When you read Joel, it talks about they have sold. It's talking about these people. And the name of Tyrus is also found there. So now you have this. So please place this in your head. And now let's deal with chapter 20 and 8. So you see that from chapter 26 to 20 and 7, it began talking about the nation. Now he spoke a little bit about the leadership and the country itself and the ones who built it. That it's a very beautiful country. A very beautiful country. And where it was, they were dwelling also in Eden. Give me verse 20 and 3. The same chapter 20 and 27. Listen.
Ezekiel 27 verse 20 and 3.
So all the names that he will be mentioning in 28, they are found in 20 and 7. Listen.
Haran
and
Canaan and Eden.
Eden, the merchants of
Sheba.
So you know that Eden is a place. Even today it is called the Port of Eden. You can Google it. Port. Go and sail there. The pirates of Somalia will hijack and demand $10,000 million. Now let's go to chapter 20 and 8. Let's break it down, hopefully before break time. Listen.
Ezekiel 28 verse 1.
Now the word of Yah Elohim. So we are still dealing with a nation. We are still dealing with a king. We are still dealing with the rulership. He really focused on the nation in chapter 20 and 6, 20 and 7. Now he is going to talk about the rulership of that country. Listen to the book.
The word of Yahuwah came again unto me.
So the word of Yah Elohim came unto me, saying,
Son of man,
say
unto the prince of Tyrus.
No, say unto Satan.
Say unto the prince of Tyrus.
Say unto the devil.
Say unto the prince of Tyrus.
He is the prince. He is the king of Tyrus. Listen.
Thus said Yahuwah Elohim.
Thus said Yah Elohim.
Because thine heart is lifted up.
You see, chapter 20 and 6 and 20 and 7, he said that you have said in your heart. Now 20 and then he said that because your You have said in your heart, or your heart is lifted up,
and thou hast said,
and you have said,
I am Elohim.
I am what?
I am Elohim.
Pause there for me. So because of this, he is the devil. How many people don't say they are Elohim? Even, what is that guy with the lips, the rapper? Jay-Z. Even Jay-Z says he's Jehovah. Jehovah. And from the beginning of time, all look at Egypt. Pharaoh, they were all known as the god. In the ancient of days, all these other nations, their rulers were known as gods. The same as Alexander the Great. They thought he was the son of God. That's why the citizens were always afraid of the rulership, because they thought they were from the stars. That's why they worship the sun. So he said, you have said in your heart,
I am Elohim.
I am Elohim. Pause there for me. With scripture. Let's go to Acts 12. If you are at home, the book of Acts chapter 12, from 20. So that you will see that there was a king who indeed said in his heart, the people even said, he is God. And an angel of Elohim was dispatched and he slayed him the same hour. Listen, this is New Testament. The book of Acts chapter 12 from 20. Listen.
Acts 12 from
and you will
20.
see that he will be talking about this same nation. Listen to this.
And Herod
was
highly displeased.
Who?
Was highly displeased.
So the king, who is called Herod, he was not satisfied. He was highly displeased.
With them of Tyre.
Who?
With them of Tyre.
So he means that he was what? Ruling over the people of Tyre.
And Zidon.
And Zidon, I mentioned that.
But they came with one of
Zidon was the ones who built the city of Tyre, as we read in chapter 20 and 7. Now Herod.
And Herod was
said that he was
displeased.
not satisfied with them. So Herod was not satisfied with Satan. Is that what that means? He was not satisfied because he was ruling, governing over all those provinces, those regions. Listen, read the New Testament.
With them of Tyre and Zidon, but they came with one accord to him.
But then the people came unto who? Herod. And what did they say? Listen to this, because chapter 20 and 8 said, he has said, I am God. Now listen.
And having made Blastus,
the
king's chamberlain, their friend, desired peace, because their country was nourished by the king's country. And upon a set day,
and now upon one day,
Herod arrayed in royal apparel.
So do not forget the royal things that he is wearing, because we will be reading about these things in chapter 20 and 8. He said, and Herod was arrayed in royal apparel, in royal garment apparel,
set upon his throne,
and he was sitting upon his throne. And what happened?
And made an oration unto them,
and he was dining with them and communing with them.
And the people gave a shout.
Listen to this. And then all the people shouted and said, saying,
it is the voice of a God.
No, Herod does not speak as a man. He is what?
It is a voice of a God, and not of a man.
And he is not a man.
And immediately
Elohim,
an angel of
Elohim smote him,
because he gave not Elohim the glory.
He gave not Elohim the glory, but he said that I am God. This is New Testament. So all the kings of the ancient world, they were known as God. That's why they make these movies. They call it Titans, the gods of the sea, the gods of this, the gods of the Greek. So Herod that you read about, he was known as a god. So he said that the rulership of Tyrus have said in their heart, I am also God. And Tyrus is the one, they made a movie called 300 or whatever it was called. You saw the ruler of that king. He was adorned with gold. Of the Persians. Those are the ones who were known as the Tyruses. People thought he was a god, so everybody was scared of him. So when that Edomite, he threw something, that guy, he threw something, an arrow or something, and people were looking at him like, will he die? And it hit him and he was falling. People were like, whoa. because they were known as gods. They thought they were God, and they spoke like God. So because the king of Tyre has said in his heart that I am God, chapter 20 and 8 again, listen.
From verse.
So when someone said in his heart that he is God, doesn't make him Elohim. The same New Testament. Give me 2 Thessalonians 2. If you are at home. 2 Thessalonians 2 from 3 to 4. The same New Testament. Listen.
Hour of restoration.
2 Thessalonians 2.
Go ahead.
From verse
3 to 4.
From verse 3.
This is New Testament. Let no man deceive you
by any
miracles, because he lays hands on you and you are like, mama, it doesn't mean anything to any angel or me. Listen.
For that day shall not come. Except there come a falling away where people will no more believe in the scriptures, but they will believe in books that have been written by so-called pastors. And that man of sin
and the man of sin, not Satan, the man of sin is revealed.
So there is a difference between the man of sin and Satan.
And Satan, listen.
Okay.
The son of perdition.
He is the son of perdition. He is not the father, but the son of perdition.
So there must be a
the
father.
Son of sin.
Right.
Listen.
Who opposes.
Now listen to this. He opposes everybody
and exalted himself.
And the same exalted himself as what?
All that is called
above all that is called God. Listen.
Or that is worship.
Or that is worship.
So that he
talking about the papacy, the brothers it was last month, right?
That's
that
right.
They broke it down. The Papa or the Pope, he is known as what? The vicar of Christ. Meaning instead of Christ, he is. Meaning he is a God. It has always been there from the beginning. So this is New Testament. He said in his heart, he opposes everything and he is now being worshipped. And he said that he is God. It has always been like that. That doesn't make him the devil. It makes him an agent of the devil, like you, who sit at home and you don't want to hear any scripture that tells you to repent. You only want to hear, even though I sin, I know that my Redeemer lives. Even though I am down, I know that goodness and mercy will follow me. If you are down, how can something follow you? You can't move.
Oh.
When it talks about goodness and mercy, means that there should be progress in life. You are moving and it is following, but you are down. How can it follow you? It's standing behind you. It cannot follow you. Listen.
So that he
mimicking Elohim, presenting himself as Elohim,
sitting in the temple.
He is now sitting in the temple and people are worshiping him, and he said that I am the vicar of Christ.
Showing himself.
He's showing himself every Sunday, every Easter, that hey, worship me, I am the Alpha and Omega.
Remember ye not
that
when I was yet with you,
I told you about all of these people that were sitting in temples, showing themselves as God. That's all that I want. This is New Testament. Go back to Ezekiel 20 and 8. Now you know that when someone says that he is God, it doesn't mean that he is the devil. Listen to the book. Verse
3. Behold,
thou art
wiser than Daniel. There is
Go back to chapter verse 2 and read it again. Listen.
From verse 2, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyre.
It's not the devil, but say unto the prince of Tyre.
Thus said Yahuwah Elohim.
Thus said Yah Elohim.
Because thine heart is lifted up.
Because your heart is lifted up.
And thou hast said.
And you have said,
I am Elohim.
I am Elohim.
I sit in the seat of Elohim.
You see, the same as Thessalonians, sitting in the temple, in the seat of Elohim.
In the midst of the seas.
In the midst of where?
In the midst of the seas.
No, he's in the heavens.
In the midst of the
so
seas.
Did you read what I just heard? So the devil is sitting in the midst of the sea. We read in chapter 20 and 7 that Tyre, that city, was located where? At the port of the sea. And we are talking about this is the devil.
Wow.
Listen to the book.
Yet
thou art a man. My goodness. You are the devil.
Thou art a man.
How Elohim called an angel a man? Have you ever heard it in scripture before? Elohim said that he is not the devil, but he is who?
Thou art a man.
No, he is a demon.
Thou art a man.
No, the king of Tyre is the devil.
Thou art a man.
So you and Elohim, who is right? He is saying, say unto him, you are not a god. Because Satan is a god of this world. The scripture said that there are what? Many gods. But there is one above them all. No one is his co-equal. So Satan is a god of this world. Elohim, he is not a god. He is Elohim. He is above all.
Self-existent.
The one, you cannot even describe him. He will shock you. So Elohim said that you are not a devil, you are not a god, but you are what?
Thou art a man.
So this should have even stopped people from reading further and making conclusions. But yet you know our brother, he has turned us
and not Elohim.
And not Elohim.
Though thou set thine heart.
So even though you will say in your heart,
as the heart of Elohim,
that hey, I am Elohim.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
You are wiser than Daniel.
There is no secret.
There is no secret
that they can hide from thee.
That they, who are they? The people.
With thy wisdom.
Now listen to this very carefully. With the wisdom
and with thy understanding.
And with thy understanding.
Thou hast gotten thee riches.
Which demon needs riches?
Buy what?
To buy what and to do what? The devil needs gold and silver so that he can build what?
Buy chains.
This is all the things of the kingdom are given.
Exactly. He doesn't need them. He controls everything in the world. Listen to the book.
And has gotten gold and silver.
He has done what?
He has gotten gold and silver.
He has gotten gold and silver so that he can do what with, if he's the devil. He's now buying gold and silver. To do what? To buy slaves? Or to buy demons? Or to do what?
I mean, to buy and sell it.
Listen to the book.
By thy great wisdom.
By thy great wisdom.
And by thy traffic.
And by thy what?
By thy traffic.
By thy slavery, traffic, corruption, trade. By thy trading.
Hast thou increased thy riches.
You see, he has increased his riches. So with whom is the devil negotiating about the price of gold? And the price of the stock market.
Demonic stock market. Satanic stock market.
They pull
and they push. They pull and they push. Something is wrong. Listen to the book.
And thine heart is lifted up.
And because of that, your heart is lifted up because you have now gotten yourself gold and silver.
Because of thy riches.
Because of thy riches. When did the devil boast that I have riches? And because of that, what is he going to do with the riches? So we have verse
6.
So let's take 5 minutes break. And after that, we start continuing.